Knew something was wrong before I even stepped inside. The house was too quiet, not peaceful, not empty, just wrong. No TV, no footsteps. No sound of my father moving around outside like he always did. I pushed the door open. "Mom!" Nothing. "Dad!" Still nothing. I stepped inside and stopped. Both of them were on the floor, not moving. Nothing about it looked like an accident, no broken glass, no signs of a fall, no smell. Everything was exactly where it should be, except them. I didn't move. I just stood there trying to understand it. Then I saw my mother's hand, stretched toward the table. Her fingers slightly curled, like she stopped mid-reach. A glass sat inches away, half full, untouched. Next to it, another glass, empty. I walked closer, slowly, carefully. I shook her shoulder. Her arm dropped back into the same position. No resistance, no reaction. My father didn't move either. His phone was still in his hand, screen lit. A missed call from me. I didn't remember calling. I said his name. It didn't reach him. I called emergency. "They're not waking up." That's all I said. Paramedics arrived. One look and their expressions changed. No confusion, no questions. They already knew this wasn't normal. They checked them, lifted them. Gone. At the hospital, the doors closed behind them. I didn't sit. I just watched the doors. The doctor came out sooner than I expected. Too soon. "They're alive," he said. "Then this didn't happen all at once." My chest tightened. "They've been poisoned." I just stared at him. "Same substance," he added. "Repeated exposure." Not one moment. Not one mistake. This had been happening long enough to work, which meant whoever did this didn't need to break in. They were already part of our lives. Poison doesn't appear on its own. Someone gave it to them. That much was clear. I called my brother. No answer. Again, nothing. I called his wife. Still nothing. That's when it shifted, because he was the one who told me to visit a week ago. "Just check on them when you can." At the time, it sounded normal. Now it didn't. The police arrived later. They looked around once, then slowed down, like something didn't match. "Who lives here?" "My parents." I paused. "My brother and his wife, too, but they're away." "When did they leave?" "A week ago." The officer nodded, then stopped writing. Just for a second. "No sign of entry," he said quietly. Not to me, to himself. Later that night, my brother finally called. "Where are you?" I said. "You weren't answering." "What happened?" he asked. "They're in the hospital." "They've been poisoned." Silence. "Then that's not possible." His voice didn't break, didn't shake, just flat. He didn't ask how, he didn't ask when. He didn't even ask if they were still alive. Within hours, he and his wife arrived. She was already crying, barely able to speak. But him, he wasn't. He walked in fast, looked around once, then at me. "What happened?" he asked. Not them, me. I watched him, carefully. He didn't go to their room first. Didn't try to see them. Didn't ask the doctor anything. He just stood there waiting, like he already knew something. We stood in the same hallway, same doors, same silence. But it didn't feel the same anymore. Because now I wasn't just waiting for answers. I was watching him. And the more I watched him, the more it felt like he wasn't surprised. He was making sure I was. By the next morning, he was different. Careful, measured. Like whatever I noticed the night before, he noticed it too. He didn't slip again. Didn't ask the wrong questions. Didn't react the wrong way. It was controlled now. That's what made it worse. The police came back later that day. Not just asking anymore. Checking. They moved straight to the kitchen, opened cabinets, looked through everything. Quiet. Focused. One of them picked up a jar. Pickle, turned it slightly. "Do they eat this often?" "Every morning," I said. He nodded, set it down but not in the same place, just slightly off. Enough to notice, enough to remember. After they left, I went back in. The kitchen felt normal, clean, familiar. But something about it didn't sit right anymore. I looked at the counter. At the glasses, 2 of them, one empty, one still half full. They both ate the same food, but they didn't both drink the same thing. That didn't make sense. My husband stepped in behind me. He had been watching longer than I thought. "You see it now," he said. Not a question. I didn't answer. He walked past me, straight to the counter, looked at the jar, then the glasses, then back at me. "They were careful," he said. "Not random." His voice was calm, too certain. "They didn't both drink the same thing." That line settled into the room, heavy, unanswered. Because if that was true, then whatever was used was controlled, measured, given differently. I turned toward the hallway. My brother was there on his phone, voice low, steady, like nothing had changed, like nothing had almost killed them. He ended the call, looked up. And for a second, just a second, he held my gaze. Not confused, not worried, watching. And in that moment, I realized something worse than suspicion. He wasn't doing this alone. I didn't wait, not for the police, not for answers. At that point, I didn't need questions, I needed proof. My husband had already found it. "Come with me," he said. We drove back in silence. The house looked the same. But it didn't feel the same, not anymore. We went straight to the kitchen. He opened the cabinet, took out the jar, placed it on the counter, then unlocked his phone. "I found it this morning," he said quietly. "They didn't know it was there." He turned the screen toward me. Grainy footage, black and white, the kitchen from a corner angle. Hidden. The date was from days ago. Then they walked in, my brother and his wife. No hesitation, no tension. He reached for the jar, opened it. Didn't even check the room twice, just once, enough. His wife stepped closer. Pulled out a small folded packet, placed it in his hand. She didn't look nervous, didn't rush. She watched him, closely. He opened it, poured it in, slow, exact. He didn't measure it, didn't pause like he already knew how much. Then she smiled, just slightly, barely there, but enough. She picked up a spoon, mixed it carefully. Not fast, not messy, deliberate. They sealed the jar, set it back. Aligned, perfect, like nothing had changed, like no one would ever notice. The video ended. I didn't rewind it. I didn't need to. My hands stayed still. My eyes didn't leave the screen. Because now it wasn't suspicion. It wasn't doubt. It wasn't a guess. It was real. And worse, it looked routine. My brother didn't hesitate, didn't second guess it. He moved like he'd done it before. And that's when it hit me. This wasn't the first time. And suddenly, I couldn't stop wondering who else they'd done it to. The arrest wasn't loud. No shouting, no struggle, just quiet. The police walked in like they already knew. My brother didn't argue, didn't deny anything, he just stood there. Still, his wife broke first, her voice shaking, crying, trying to explain something no one was listening to because the video had already said everything. They were taken away one after the other. No resistance, no scene, just gone. Days later, my parents woke up. Slow, weak. I sat beside them. They looked at me trying to understand what had changed. "Who did this?" my father asked. I didn't answer right away. Then I told them. The video, the jar, everything. My mother didn't cry at first. She just stared. Then her hands started shaking. My father turned his face away. "Our own son," he said quietly. No one said anything after that. The courtroom was quiet. The judge read the decision once. No delay, no hesitation. My brother didn't react, didn't look at anyone. He just stood there like it didn't reach him. 3 months later, the house hasn't changed. But the kitchen is never used the same way. The jars are still there, untouched. And sometimes they just sit in silence. I still see it, that moment, that smile. Some betrayals don't end, they become part of what's left. Please subscribe to our channel and tell us in comments from where are you watching this video.